right, welcome everybody. Let's go ahead and get the live stream going here. All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. So, we're going to get started right here. Let's make sure we got everything in tune. Right camera. All right, so we're going to get rocking and rolling. Build your dream today. We show you the way. Luxury leads come to play. New homes here to stay. Marketing's our game. Elevate your name. Reach for the fame. Never just the same. We're the iconic agent. New construction's our lane. Teaching you the secrets for luxury gains. Digital wave we ride. Strategies we provide. No need to hide. Success is on your side. Close deals like a pro. Watch your profits grow. High standards we show. Feel that golden glow. We're the iconic agent. New construction's our lane. Teaching you the secrets for luxury gains. Digital wave we ride. Strategies we provide. No need to hide. Success is on your side. Close deals like a pro. Watch your profits grow. High standards we show. Feel that golden glow. We're the iconic agent. New construction's our lane. Teaching you the secrets for luxury gains. All right, so welcome to today. Today's December 10th, 2025, and you are at the Iconic Agent New Construction Marketing and Mindset Midweek Tune-Up conversation. And because Mr. Crawford is actually on let me see here, make sure all this is good. All right, so here we are. Let's go at this again. Welcome to today's midweek tune-up. We're going to go ahead and just dive right in with our intro. Build your dream today. We show you the way. Luxury leads come to play. New homes here to stay. Marketing's our game. Elevate your name. Reach for the fame. Never just the same. We're the iconic agent. New construction's our lane. Teaching you the secrets for luxury gains. Digital wave we ride. Strategies we provide. No need to hide. Success is on your side. Close deals like a pro. Watch your profits grow. High standards we show. Feel that golden glow. Strategies we provide, no need to hide. Success is on your side. Close deals like a pro, watch your profits grow. High standards we show, feel that golden glow. We're the iconic agent, new constructions are laid, teaching you the secrets for luxury games.
All right, so welcome to today's new construction marketing and mindset midweek tune-up. It is Wednesday, the 10th of December, and welcome. So, as always, heads up, the content that we're going to be sharing today, the in-depth walkthrough will be in the New Home Insider, the New Home Marketing Insider. That is our community that we've set up to work with agents that might not have huge budgets, but they still want some marketing content that's going to make an impact and convert. That is what we do. So you get monthly marketing training Q&A sessions. You can ask questions about this content and the other content, exclusive new construction software and tools. We've got the commission. So we've got the incentive calculator, New Home Marketing Incentive Calculator. It breaks down incentives so you can just plug the numbers in and it breaks down to you and your buyer so that you can explain what incentives actually mean. Because over 50% of agents really don't understand what new home buyer incentives mean. This breaks it down so you can show here's how much you're saving or here's how much you're not saving. We've got a rental calculator to break down how much you're throwing away in rent. We've also got a money and commission calculator. So it's the end of the year. Folks start setting their GCI for the year. Wrong. You shouldn't be setting GCI. You should be setting take home. We have a calculator that'll help you guarantee that you profit and guarantee that you pay Uncle Sam, number first, then profit, pay yourself a salary, have investment capital, and more importantly, because majority of the agents that I talk to talk about, I don't have a marketing budget. Well, if you plan accordingly, you can have a marketing budget monthly as well. So go over and check that out. Upcoming training is building authority content effortlessly in 30 minutes with only your phone and ChatGPT. That is going to be crazy, the things that we can do now as agents. AI is not going to take over. It's not going to replace you, but agents that are using it will. Plus today's discussion, you're going to have an in-depth walkthrough of exactly how to do what I'm getting ready to share with you. So what we're going to do now is start off, and I am just going to go straight over to my notes, and we're going to walk through, let's see if we can make this a little bigger. We're just going to walk through one of the challenges that I've been seeing. So there's like 4 different challenges that I've seen with agents. So let me grab my Remarkable here. And let's see if we can't do a dual screen. So give me a second. We're going to present this here. See if we can't get a dual screen set up so you guys can see what we're working with here. And let's see here. Let's do side by side. Nope, we'll do over the shoulder. That's what we'll do. All right, so we're going to do over the shoulder here. And let's see. Okay, good. So these are my notes here. Now, one of the challenges that I've seen with agents is they just have straight up boring marketing. There's boring, it's not converting, they're copying everybody else. So there's 4 main issues that I see here. 1, all your content and marketing is the same as everybody else's. You're doing the same things. You feel that you're out of touch with technology, or you're too old, and You're just copying and going along to get along. That's problem number one. Problem number two, and we had a very in-depth discussion on this, and this also is in the Insider where we have an in-depth tool that'll walk you through creating this. But they don't know their ideal client persona. When they put a listing together or a Facebook ad, it's just to reach a general person, somebody looking to buy new construction, somebody looking to buy new construction, someone looking to buy in this area. They don't know what that person actually cares about and what they need. Number three, so they don't have an idea who the message should go to. So who is your message talking to? Whatever your message is, whether it's an X post, whether it's a Facebook post, or if it's a listing presentation. Who are you talking to? Because you're not talking to everyone. Number three, and this has happened for a lot of agents, and I see a mixture, about 50-50, of people that are really honest with this, and then people that are just kind of puff their chest out and have egos like, no, it's not impacting me. And I've talked to several agents where this has been a challenge. But brutally, it's impacted the entire real estate industry. Number three is their income slowed down. They were referral only, or a majority of their business was referrals. Their income slowed down because referrals slowed down because they're listening to the news or listening about interest rates, or they're fearful, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to deny that, but there is still that is kind of slowing down. It has slowed down the real estate market, which is why a lot of builders are like giving away homes. Plus, on top of just relying on referrals we always say are icing on the cake. But instead of just relying on referrals, what worked before up until late 2023, 2024, it stopped working. And when what you're doing is working and it stops working, like what do you do? How do you pivot? So now you're just grabbing at everything. And number four, the marketing that you're putting out is just forgettable and it's ignored. So those are the four problems. So the first one is, your content is out of touch. So imagine if you could create marketing content that was unique and no longer felt out of touch, where it was just natural for you to do it. You could put it together. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 80. It doesn't matter what social media platform you're using, but you were able to really, really put together marketing content that you felt comfortable with. And on top of that, covering problem number two, it actually felt good. It felt good for you, and it felt good for your ideal buyer or seller, where it was attracting your ideal buyer and seller. And you knew exactly how to resonate your message with your ideal client persona. So your content resonated, your ads resonated with them, your conversations resonated with them. Number three, if income slowed down, referrals dried up, what if you could create content and marketing that converted and brought in leads, so you didn't have to rely solely on your sphere of influence and referrals? Because if referrers aren't referring, the bills still have to get paid. That's why marketing is so important, and there's no way around it, especially now. It's so easy to get in touch with information now. Just because you have free information, you can go chat GPT it and find the information, doesn't mean you know how to use it. That's two different things. I can give you a hammer and you're not a contractor. And I give you a screwdriver and you can build a house because you know how to build a house. There's a difference. So I hear a lot of agents saying, why would we buy this course or do this training and listen to you and we can just go chat GPT it? Because you don't know what mistakes to avoid. You don't want mistakes to make. You have to have experience. The only way you know is to actually do something. All the book smarts in the world are not going to prepare you for, like Mike Tyson says, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And you'll get punched in the face if you don't have the right structure. But creating content and not relying on referrals. So great, referrals are icing on the cake. If 90% of business is referrals, well, what if 75% of your business was new business, and then you add those referrals? It's a win-win. One slows down, you got it, and you go wait. And then the last challenge is, your marketing is forgettable, and it's ignored by almost everybody. Imagine marketing content that made you memorable, and it helped your buyers and sellers see their future, meaning see and vision what it's like when they sell this house and they can go on that trip, or they sell this house and they can move into their dream house or forever home or downsize or whatever your ideal client persona is trying to do. Imagine that seller or the buyer for that new construction home, help them imagine what it's like to live in the home. We talk about this all the time. It's your job to be your buyers. Well, we focus more on buyers from new construction, but your buyers, sometimes you can double that in deal, get a listing and the buyer. But either way, be their vision board. Be their foresight into the future. That's what's going to separate you from every other agent. So we've got the problems, and we have the possibility behind that problem. Like this is what's possible, and this is actually possible. So when it comes to creating marketing content that's unique, so that you no longer feel out of touch and you're no longer out of touch with your ideal client, here's the principles, 4 principles behind those problems. Number 1, you create marketing content and leverage unique stories, unique narratives. Storied selling increases conversions 30%. There's studies out there that show that stories will convert your marketing and message 30% more. Stories sell, facts tell. Now, in a moment, I'm going to show you this in action where and again, action takers are money makers. In the New Construction Marketing Ideas Facebook group, I put a call out. I said, do you have a listing? If you have a listing, drop it in the comments. Well, we have someone that dropped that in the comments, and actually I need to go over there because I have to shout her out, and I forgot her name. So let me jump in here real quick and go look and see what her name is, because I'm going to call her out by name because she actually took action. So her name was Makina Lachey in Georgia. So Makina Lachey, shout out. She went and gave us a listing that she currently has up in Gwinnett County, Georgia. Beautiful property. It's about $550,000. Beautiful property. And it was actually perfect for this exercise. But we're going to show how we're going to take Makina's regular listing, and she might have even used ChatGPT with this. Just because you know how to put copy and paste or put something in ChatGPT doesn't mean you know how to use it properly. So we took her bland, average listing description, and we turned it into what I just talked about. A unique story, a unique vision for her ideal buyer. And then I'll walk through, if we have time, because I want to keep this short. If we have, actually, you know what? I'll walk through this in the Insider. But I'll walk through how we found out for this property who was the ideal buyer for this, who was the ideal client avatar, and the messaging was written for them. I'll go through that to keep this short. I'll go through that in the Insider. So make sure you go over to theiconicagent.com/insider, and I will give you an in-depth examples and demonstrations of what I'm talking to you about here. But you'll actively be able to take this information and go. Also, on this page and at the end of this presentation or this conversation, we're going to give you the blueprint. So make sure that you watch this whole thing so that you can get that blueprint. All right, so problem number 1 was your content and your marketing was the same. Possibility was creating marketing content that was unique and no longer felt out of touch. Problem number 2, you don't know your ideal client. You don't know who your message is actually talking to. Briefly covered that. The possibility and the actuality is you can know exactly who you're talking to, who your projects, your communities, your listings, your ads will resonate with, your content would resonate with, and create content that would pull them in and draw them in. The principle behind that is telling stories that help your ideal client persona visualize with emotion, giving narratives that would pull on their heartstrings. Principle number 3, which covers the Your income slowed down and your referrals only. So your referrals slow down, so your income slow down, and you don't have a pipeline you're building and your sphere is kind of dry or your sphere is broke. Well, principle number 3 is connecting with a new pipeline and new leads of sellers and buyers with content, building new relationships, and making your business scalable. Referrals aren't scalable unless you have a predictable way to get more business in and then you have a percentage of those referrals. But if you don't have new business coming in or new people referring you, referrals is really, really hard to scale. I only know a handful of agents that can actually scale referrals. And problem number 4, you're forgettable. Your marketing's forgettable and it's ignored. Making memorable marketing that connects with your ideal client persona is the possibility. And the principle behind that, what do you need to do to make that happen? You create stories and narratives that become memorable, increasing your engagement 20% or more. So we've been talking a lot about stories. Stories keep you engaged. Stories will help your content, your ads, whatever you're doing, increase engagement and convert up to 30% more. So you might be like, well, how do I write stories? And I don't really understand this. So let me break it down. When you go home tonight or this weekend and you turn on your TV, you're watching movies, you're watching Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, whatever your favorite thing is. When you watch your favorite shows, what happens right before a commercial? You're on the edge of your seat and you're waiting like, come on, man. And we're continually trying to click through and forget or pay more so we don't have commercials. But you're waiting on the edge of your seat for the next thing. Can't tell me stories aren't engaging. When you're a kid or maybe even an adult, you're watching cartoons. Cartoons. You didn't watch them just because they were colorful running around. You watched them because there's little stories. Look at a little kid watching, I don't even know if this still a thing, JJ the Jet Plane, Bob the Builder. Like, there's stories behind it. The stories keep the kids engaged. If they were just standing there lecturing, it's boring. Think about when you sat in a real estate class and the instructor was just lecturing versus giving stories. When they're just lecturing, you don't consume the information. When they give you stories, you remember them. You know, when you're watching your reality shows, I hate reality shows. I can't really relate to them. People stay with reality shows because they're drama filled and they're sitting on the edge of their seat. This is proof that stories work. Now, you don't have to go that far. And if you look at social media, you'll see a bunch of stories when you really pay attention. So leveraging a narrative and stories is super important because they keep you engaged. So here's the plan. Now you know what the problems are. You know the 4 problems. You know the 4 possibilities. The principles behind that. It's really simple, the plan. Leverage AI and a simple story framework to guide the narratives for your content creation and your ad creation and your marketing creation. Now, there are 3 story frameworks that work with 90% of real estate marketing. Use them on your ads, listing descriptions, blogs, articles, video content. No more Hail Mary marketing. What's Hail Mary marketing? Hail Mary marketing, just throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks. Or let me go copy this person because it looks like it's working for them, or they told me it's working for them, and now I need to now I'm just going to copy that, and it might work for you, but you don't know why it's working. Okay. And of course, for video content. So leveraging a narrative and stories behind these will help you out tremendously. No more Hail Mary marketing. About 2 conversations ago on the Wednesday Tune-Up, we talked about leveraging your ideal client persona. So pulling down who it is you're talking to. Because if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. When you combine that with a narrative and a story that they care about, now it resonates with them. The people are up in arms with Facebook ads about how the targeting's going away, outside of what happened with the demographic targeting being pulled and the discriminatory targeting being pulled, the whole 9. Well, now there's 2 more updates that are leaving people up in arms. But the agents and the marketing experts, or even the marketing novices that understand their ideal client persona, who they're talking to, they're not having those issues because the algorithm and AI is now pulling all that together. And by reading what you're typing, it says, oh, this is who you're trying to reach. And in front of those are the people that are winning, not the ones that are copying and pasting the same thing that everybody else is talking about. Authentic stories and narratives, real stories, unique stories about you and your brand that you tie into your marketing. If you followed us for any period of time, you see when I send out emails, there's stories in those emails. And I have people respond like, your emails are long. My email is long, but you read the whole thing. Because they're asking me about what happened. Why do I do that? Because I like to write that way, but I know stories and narratives resonate. And here's something where I've talked about a lot of people. We talked about the 18 to 80. So one of the excuses and hesitation behind this, I see, well, I'm too old and I don't understand the social media and all that, but you understand if you're old, and we'll call old 40 and over. Now, because that's about the range where folks are like, I'm not that technical, my kids, my grandkids, whatever. The older you are, the more experienced you are. The more experienced you are, the more stories you have. So you have stories that you can pull in and resonate with in your marketing. So the older you are, you have a leg up because you have more life lessons. You have more stories that you can relate to your ideal client. Probably didn't think about that. There's no reason for any more mental blocks with AI and understanding this and your stories. So no more lazy copying and pasting. You have no more excuses for hesitation or not to do this because I'm giving you the game. We're giving you the game here. No more cookie cutter content sequences that you're just copying from like a Riz Media and doing the same content everybody else is putting out there, or maybe you run it through ChatGPT and swap it out, but it's the same premise. Put something unique together because you have something unique, and those agents that are putting out unique content that's thought through and resonates with their ideal client persona is going to do way better. And then you're not going to have any more boring, unseasoned, bland content. So we're talking about soul food content, not bland content. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to walk through, I told you there's a framework of 3 stories, okay? I'm going to walk through that framework with you. Let's pull up, give me a second here. We're going to pull this up on, I think I got it pulled up. Nope, I don't, but I do now. All right, and this is the actual PDF that we'll be giving away. So I'm just going to go to content only and walk through this. All right, perfect. So this is how to turn your listing descriptions and ads into a unique, captivating narrative. So there are 3 story styles that about 90% of content actually work with. There's the life that awaits you narrative. There's the sanctuary discovery narrative, and then there's the connection hub. Now, you'll want to select a story based on your ideal, your property. So if you're targeting a new construction, you have a listing, you want to target a story behind which one makes the most sense. And I'm going to give you a matrix in this document that's going to break down which scenarios and price points should use which story frameworks. So it's easy for you. Like I said, we're giving you the game here. And these are the 3 story styles that resonate with about 90% of the buyers. Now, we have a specific prompt that we put together, and there's going to be a specific training walking through exactly how to do all this and use this in the New Home Insiders. If you go over to the iconicagent.com/insider, register there. You'll get this and way more. Ideal client avatar, we've got a whole lot of good stuff over there for you. If you take action on what we give you, you will get results. So the core style for the first one is the life awaits. It's lifestyle focused with emotional family moments. Buyers in the $200K to $1 million range are typically in the life stage purchases. Growing families, establishing roots, upgrading lifestyle, downgrading. So they're buying into a future vision of stability, comfort, and family memories. This demographic responds to specific relatable moments rather than just abstract luxury terms. Because that's one thing agents try and do too. They're like, okay, we're going to take this $300,000 house and talk about how luxurious it is. And someone buying a $300,000 house more than likely is not really looking at luxury. They're looking at functionality and family. And in a couple years, when they go to sell the home and pull the equity out and get something bigger, they might. But you got to know the stage and what works in that stage. So there's the narratives. You guys can read through that. There's some before and after examples. The next one, the sanctuary discovery. This is an emotional refuge meets practical lifestyle needs. So this is buyers, especially post 2020, that crave a home as a sanctuary from a chaotic world. And as we know, the world is kind of chaotic right now. Again, same price point, 200 to a million. They're often stressed, time poor. They're seeking space, and they want features that simplify life and create calm. So the emotional need is this home takes care of me so that I can take care of my family. Or this home takes care of me so that I can focus more on my career or my life, whatever the case may be. Here's the narrative structure, and then you can walk through what it's best for, etc. And then the last one we have here is the connection hub. This is togetherness, entertaining, making memories. Think about the home with the open floor plan that they can go in and they're constantly entertaining. The guys come over, the family comes over. Maybe you're the soccer mom or the soccer family or the baseball family, and all the players come over and there's social connections. That's what a home such as that could be used for or is. So these buyers value social connection, entertaining, hosting family, friends, community. Homes are becoming lifestyle centers, not just spaces. In hosting and impressing. An emotional driver is I want my home to be where people love to gather. So those are the three frameworks. You'll have access to this if you go to the iconicagent.com/insider. You can get this and a detailed training. If you just want this giveaway and you're going to go at this yourself, this is what you'll want to do. You'll want to go to the iconicagent.com/tune-up. Register. All of our giveaways, all of our information, all of our lead magnets be in each piece that we discuss from the tune-ups will be in there. So bookmark that page. This is where we're going to drop everything. Now here is a matrix for you. So if you're like, I don't know which one to use, we created this. So if your listing here's a recommended story and here's why. So you can read through that. Go to the iconicagent.com/tune-up to download this for free. And then here's some more information, price point specific adjustments. It gives you some more information here and what to do next. So this is the important part. When you have this information, there's not enough information to have it. You want to pick the style that's going to work for you. Once it's selected, go to your favorite AI tool, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever. Now, ChatGPT is good. Gemini writes content way better. Gemini Sonnet is specifically for writing human-based content, so I definitely recommend that. Take your listing description or the content or a URL from like Zillow or wherever, a new home buyer site, the builder site. Take that, tell it to analyze that, and convert using this story type to resonate with your ideal buyer. Paste the story type. Just come in here, and if it's going to be this last one here, you're just going to paste the whole thing. Story 2, the sanctuary discovery, core psychology, boom. You're going to copy all that in there and hit go. And what comes out, it's going to update leveraging that story. So then you just tweak that, make it your own, run from there. Now, again, there's a full prompt and a video training detailing how to leverage this, and there's going to be a specific GPT already set up in the Insider with all of this. I'm going to go in depth. This is just high level. We're going in depth exactly how to use this. So what I want to do now is come back here and share with you the results, because Makina took action. We actually wrote one for her And this is the GPT that will be available for you in, let me see here. It'll be available for you in the Insider. So let's see here. Okay, there we go. So let me go ahead and show you the befores and afters, and we're going to wrap it up. All right, so once again, go over to the iconicagent.com/insider. It is $47 per month. In 2026, that will be going up to $97 per month. So scan the QR code, get in now. You're going to get this breakdown as well as way more. This is worth way more than 47 bucks. Every time we put some valuable content on one of these conversations with the midweek tune-ups, it's going into the Insider, and we're going to walk through in depth. So this is high level. You can take this and run with it. But in the Insider, we're going to give you step by step, and you can ask questions. And we'll answer those questions as well to make sure you're clear and that you're taking action. The Insider is only for action takers. There's no lurkers. If you sit in there and you're not engaging, you're not doing anything, we'll cut you off and kick you out. So here is Makina's original listing. Welcome to the beautifully crafted John Wheeland brick front in Edgewater, a property everyone will be talking about. Situated on a desirable corner lot, this 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath home is filled with thoughtful upgrades and standout features. Probably use some AI here. Step into the bright two-story foyer and experience bamboo flooring throughout the main and upper levels. A spacious family room offers custom built-ins and stunning kitchen quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances, gas cooktop, double ovens, and farmhouse sink. Now, this is solid, but stories sell, facts tell. What Makina is providing here, which is what most agents do, and it's what you're told to do, they're giving features. Here are the features of the house. People don't buy features in general. They buy the benefits of those features. Remember that. We'll walk through that in the Insider. I'll break that down in example, in detail. But people don't buy features. They buy on benefits because people buy on emotion, not logic. They buy on emotion and then they make it make sense logically. An undersized sunroom flex space provides the perfect area for entertaining, working, or relaxing. Upstairs, the owner's suite features a tray ceiling, dual closet, and spa-like bath with a jacuzzi tub. All secondary bedrooms are generously sized, including a large bonus room with soaring ceilings. Major updates have already been complete for peace of mind, updated lighting, newer HVAC and water heater, hardy plank siding, replaced windows, attic insulation, and a vapor barrier in the crawl space. Outside, enjoy a spacious deck, patio, fenced yard, and vegetable garden, ideal for gatherings and outdoor living. Edgewater offers true resort-style amenities, including an Olympic-sized pool, tennis court, pickleball courts, club, lake with a dock, walking trails, volleyball, fire pit, and playground. Conveniently located near top schools and parks, Cool Ray Field, the Mall of Georgia, I-85, and Highway 316. Pretty solid. You read that, you're like, cool. So here's after the story, the narrative. Welcome to the home that thinks of everything before you do. Now, I did not edit any of this. This will be edited and make some tweaks. But just for what we just went through, which was features, this is benefits. Welcome to the home that thinks of everything before you do. This beautifully crafted John Wheeland brick front residence in Edgewater sits on a desirable corner lot where every detail has been thoughtfully upgraded so you can simply move in and breathe easy. Imagine that. You felt that. Yeah, the stress isn't there. I'm not going down a million checkpoints from inspection and trying to fix this, and it's a turnkey. Step through the bright 2-story foyer onto bamboo flooring in a spacious family room with custom built-ins that eliminate clutter before it starts. The stunning kitchen, quartz countertops, stainless steel appliances, gas cooktop, double fans, farmhouse sink, become your creative retreat. while the oversized sunroom gives you the rare flex space for whatever your soul needs. Upstairs, the owner's suite delivers your daily escape with a tray ceiling, dual closets, and spa-like bath featuring a jacuzzi tub that melts the tension away. You feel that? All secondary bedrooms are generously sized, including a large bonus room with soaring ceilings. Here's the real gift. Major updates have already been done. Newer HVAC benefits. Newer HVAC, water heater, hardy plank siding, replaced windows, attic insulation, and vapor barrier mean you're investing in peace of mind, not future honeydew projects. I threw honeydew in there because that's what I would put in there. Outside, your private retreat continues with a spacious deck, patio, fenced yard, and vegetable garden. I would throw something in there with the garden too. When you're ready to venture beyond your sanctuary, Edgewater's resort-style amenities wait. Olympic-sized pool, tennis and pickleball courts, lake with a dock. I would definitely leverage that somehow based on character count. Walking trails, I'd throw that more in there too, and more. Near top-rated schools and I-85, this is where you finally stop renovating and start living. You see the difference in that narrative versus that's benefits versus features. Now, I threw her a bone here. I did another one where I took that same story concept and threw it into a Facebook ad, the headline. Now, of course, you'd have to run this. What I would do is run this against how you would normally do a Facebook ad and then run another one and see which one does better. I'm pretty sure this is going to do way better, especially when you're speaking to your ideal client persona. So the headline, finally, a home that thinks of everything before you do. I'd swap that out. That could be better. Again, I just copied and pasted this, which is not what you should do. You should go in there and adjust it. The description, imagine walking to a home where you can finally exhale. This isn't just a house, it's your thoughtfully perfected sanctuary in Edgewater. Every detail has been upgraded so you don't have to worry. New HVAC, water heater, hardy plank siding, replaced windows, all done. Bamboo floors flow through the 3,500 square foot of peace. A gourmet kitchen where meal prep feels like meditation. That's kind of dope. An owner's suite with dual closets and a jacuzzi tub that melts the day away. You can feel that. Oversized sunroom that becomes whatever your soul needs. Spacious deck, fenced patio yard, veggie garden where weekends unfold naturally. Like you can picture yourself here with the right imagery or right video. This just kind of sinks in. When you hear this, you read it, just kind of like sinks in. Plus Edgewater's Olympic pool, tennis, pickleball, lake. Now, when you're doing this, you can put more focus on whatever features, you can put more focus on the benefits of whatever features you want to lean on. So you can lean one way or the other. Like I would lean on, me personally, in this one I would lean on the, where was it? The kitchen, the jacuzzi, and then the amenities. And then near top school. Stop stressing about future projects. This 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath corner lot gem is your breathe easy, live now moment. Your sanctuary is waiting. Schedule your tour. So that's the Facebook app. But you see the narrative. It's not just mentioning benefits on new home. This makes you feel. And then I did a bonus marketplace one. So that was the ad. Here's a bonus marketplace Facebook ad. Beautifully crafted 4-bedroom John Whelan home on a quarter lot in Edgewater. All major updates done. Walk into bamboo floors. I used the same narrative and kind of pulled this in here. Marketplace is a different beast, but still adding some level of story or feeling behind it. Based on your ideal client avatar, you need to know what they want in order to resonate with them. And I can tell you from a marketplace perspective, you can really hit home when you know who you're talking to. You can really hit home by putting together ads and content that resonates and gets people responding. So that's it for this week's tune-up. Next week, we'll be back with another one. I'll tell you guys later on in the week what that is. This replay will also be available on the Iconic Agent YouTube channel. So you can download this story guide and narrative guide and framework at theIconicAgent.com/tune-up. It's absolutely free. Pass it off to your brokers. Pass it off to your team members. make sure they get this information and leverage this. You can watch this replay on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on the new construction marketing ideas Facebook group that we have. If you would like the in-depth training and walkthrough of this, plus the client avatar, I say avatar, that confuses people. So the ideal client persona, so you can identify who your ideal client persona is and speak to them. We've got a full training on that, as well as a bunch of other AI actionable information. Head on over to the Insider. You'll get a link for that. So we will catch you guys on the next one. As a matter of fact, let me do this before we hop off. So head on over to the Insider, scan this QR code, or go to the iconicagent.com/insider, and you will get the in-depth trainings, resources, exclusive new construction software tools, AI prompts and lessons, a whole library for realtors looking to focus on new construction. You can use it for regular real estate as well. We've got new construction sales software tools in there. All of the monthly AMAs, the coaching sessions, are in there, so you can review those. You have 24/7 access to the team as well as the community to ask questions. If you have questions about this or anything else, you can ask those questions. You can share your wins. You can come on, and we have exclusive insider-only trainings that we do. This will be one of those. The next one coming up, the next training that we're going to be doing in depth, showing you over the shoulder inside the Insider, will be building your authority content effortlessly in 30 minutes with only your phone and ChatGPT. You literally don't need anything else. If you can talk and you can press record on your phone, you can completely get your own authority content out there that is unique, has your unique narrative and stories, etc., and put that out into the world so that you can start or continue to generate more leads, more authority, and sell more new construction homes. Go to the iconicagent.com/insider or scan this QR code, and we'll see you inside.